Obviously there.
This is not DreamHack, people.
That's right.
Anyhow, Hysteria lands his command center once again. Youth is converting his command center at the high yield expansion from a command center to a planetary fortress. It is 61 SCVs for Hysteria versus 40 SCVs for Youth. Youth in the blue. Hysteria with a fourth command center and avoiding the high yield. In fact, Hysteria will be taking the mineral expansion on the very left side of the map. Now, if we take a look, it is 3 tanks for Youth versus 0 tanks for Hysteria. Hysteria wants to play entirely, it appears, with an infantry force and nothing else. Now, the +2 attack upgrade for the infantry of Hysteria has just completed. And it is now, Youth, being the green Terran, is now up to 63 SCVs, McDuffs. The difference is that Youth holds the high-yield mineral expansion. So although Youth has fewer SCVs, those SCVs are mining from high-yield minerals.
That's right.
So at this point, 172 food count for Hysteria, 130 unit count for Youth. Hysteria has the advantage in both army and in worker count. Let's see if Hysteria can use that to his advantage. Youth is attempting to gain control of the game economically by taking a 4th command center in the top left-hand corner, McDuffs. Anything else you'd like to add at this point?
Well, man, I'm just trying to get us live all over the place. There's some places where we're not actually live yet. So.
Well, you know what? I'll take it away from here then. You let me know when that's done, and you can jump on in.
Okay.
In any event, it is 5 tanks to 4. Hysteria with 5 tanks, Youth with 4. All 4 of Youth's tanks, you can see them right here in the middle of the map. Hysteria, on the other hand, his tanks are mobile. None of them are planted in the ground. Hysteria also sits with 8 Vikings. Youth, on the other hand, has 0 Vikings. So that is an interesting decision made by him. Now, obviously, the Vikings can be used to increase vision range and control the skies. And let's see if this orbital command survives even 5 seconds here. We've got stim pack Marines backed up by siege tanks. These Marines will get the job done very quickly. Hysteria's command center disappears in a ball of flame, and Youth is sieging in his tanks. And Hysteria is not making any kind of move whatsoever. Hysteria, in fact, destroyed the planetary fortress at the high-yield mineral expansion. So, in effect, what we had was a base trade, and it looks like finally we see Hysteria coming in to defend.
Oh, man.
Youth, on the other hand, is waiting for that defense, and he's moving in. We've got Marine-on-Marine action, folks.
That's right. Tanks in the background providing some artillery blasts. And it looks like Hysteria is in a little bit of hysteria here, Jim, as Youth just takes down his natural expansion.
This is not an 80s Def Leppard album, folks.
That's right. Hey, Jim, speaking of Def Leppard, what band has 5 arms and sucks?
I don't know who.
Def Leppard.
Oh, because the drummer's only got 1 arm,
That's
right?
Right. But anyways, this is StarCraft, and it looks like Hysteria will take out that drop, but these tanks still providing some heavy damage here. There's a ninja expansion being harvested out on the left-hand side of the map. But other than that, you know, we've got 3 bases being harvested from Youth as he has secured his lower third all the way.
So basically what it boils down to is Hysteria's got 1 base that he's mining from, and he's only got 1 worker unit mining from the refinery. On the other hand, it appears as though Youth is mining from the top left-hand corner. He's still mining from his natural expansion, and his main original base still has a few very small number of resources. However, Hysteria is essentially mined out in his main base. Hysteria, McDuff's, is in a whole heap of trouble. Hysteria has got to do big damage with this push. He has got to cripple Youth's economy here if he wants to go to round 2. And it looks like he may indeed do that, McDuff's. He's going to go in unencumbered, untouched.
Yep.
That command center's as good as dead.
I'd say so as well. Those Marines here from Youth trying to get around, but he sees all those tanks sieging up, and that command center just gets owned and pummeled. And Hysteria is going to move out, yeah.
Yeah, Youth is going to go forward as well. He's also basically ignoring that offensive force. Now Hysteria is doing a nice job of building a command center here and a command center here. And here comes Youth. He's moving forward with 8 tanks and 20 Marines.
And those tanks remaining unsieged will siege up now, but these Marines move forward so fast that they take out a few of those tanks, but it looks like all those Marines get wasted here, and Youth is still sitting on top with 2 tanks in that base, and with some Marines still left over, about 4.
Yeah, here comes Hysteria, though, with unsieged tanks. He's going to go straight forward and straight at these siege tanks. He takes out one.
Oh, no.
Does the other one live? And the other one manages to live. So there is still 1 siege tank, but here comes a whole bunch of Marines. These Marines are +2 armor, +2 weapons.
And that is for his...
Yeah, Hysteria is forced to raise his command center, but he still has this command center in the bottom left-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner, and on the left side, Hysteria still has this. And do we see? No, there still is no. Basically, 1 command center for Youth is garnering all the resources. Long-distance mining off of gas, and Youth finally has 400 minerals for which he can build a command center. Hysteria, on the other hand, is about to lose a command center.
Oh no, fire in the sky, smoke on the water. The music references keep coming, and that command center falls to the ground.
McDuff's and I are a combined age of 95. By the way, folks. Anyway, talking about Def Leppard, and what's that, Deep Purple? Is that what that Deep Purple reference? That's great. In any event, at this point, there are only 2 Vikings. They're owned by Hysteria, and Youth, on the other hand, is moving his medevac dropships backwards in an attempt to secure the high yield mineral expansion. And Hysteria has done a great job of recovering with his economy. He has mining from 2 bases, and Hysteria has got 39 SCVs. Youth has got 51 SCVs. Youth will finally plant down an expansion command center near the high yield. And if we take a look at the building situations, 4 barracks, 2 factories, 1 starport in his main base. So we've got a total of 6 barracks, 2 factories, 1 starport for Youth. Youth is going to move forward.
Oh, God.
Hysteria's economy will be crippled. Hysteria's in big trouble, and Hysteria's got a huge force attempting to defend. But this orbital command center will be way, way dead.
Well,
oh no, it's still alive.
He's able to save it. He stems up those Marines and gets those tanks there as well. And it looks like he's going to take out all of Youth's forces here and save his expansion. He lost a few SCVs in that attack. But you know what, man? He's been able to keep that expansion going and strong. Youth has finished up his planetary fortress on the high yield, as we do have another gold standard in play.
Hysteria.
It looks like 3 mules dropping down on the high yield, but Hysteria is moving forward to this high yield, sieging up those tanks. And how many tanks we got there, Jim? It looks like we've got 8 tanks here sieged up, dealing massive damage. That planetary fortress goes down. These Marines from Hysteria stem up, starting to take heavy fire from the other tanks here. And it's going to be some tank-on-tank action as Youth is going to have to defend successfully. I mean, look at what Youth has got in his natural expansion. No minerals. He's got 4 mineral clusters left, and they are not yielding much. With all these SCVs on them, that will be dry in just a few seconds. Looks like Hysteria could take the full advantage here, Jim.
Youth has got he has no income at all, and Hysteria, on the other hand, is mining now from 2 bases, and this is going to make it very, very difficult for Youth to come back in this game. Youth is pressing forward, but he's got to do big time damage, and Youth is going in for the kill. He knows he's desperate, and he knows he has to get at these
and look at this. We do have, as this drop comes in, those SCVs leave the lower third from Hysteria, but Hysteria is pushing in with 3 tanks, 4 Marines here into the natural expansion area of Youth. So Youth is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. As
Youth
Hysteria
is using
comes
SCVs to defend.
Yep. Oh no, GG is called! Hysteria takes the win, pushes forward in today's Craft Cup, and there we have it, people, there we have it. The first game concludes And boy, oh boy, I look forward to more. Hysteria playing it very well there.
Great game, a lot of back and forth, and a nice come from behind victory by Youth.
And that's right. And you know what? Speaking of IMBA TV, well, even though we weren't speaking of IMBA TV, I was thinking of it. We've got more non-stop action coming to you right now. Another freaking game. Fire Silver, thanks for finding it, and you ready for this, man?
Yeah, man. Thunder Spy will be playing random. Morph was a bit confused, but he is actually playing random, so we decided to see what he is going to spawn as.
Interesting. And here we go. The countdown has begun, guys. We've got this next game coming right to your eyes. Oh, wait. It won't autoplay my intro, so we're not going to go ahead and go with that intro. Torre, will you sing us into this?
Oh, say, can you see here at IMBA TV?
Fantastic. Thanks, everybody, for coming and joining us here at Imbalance.tv. Thanks, Torre, for that beautiful intro. We've got more spawning down in the bottom right as on Shakira's plateau as the yellow Protoss. And over here on the left-hand side of, or left bottom corner of Shakira's plateau, we've got Thunder Spy spawning as the pink Protoss. So this PvP is going down. It looks like it's another day of mirrors here. What do you think, Fire?
Well, actually, before this game started, I was actually hoping that he wouldn't spawn Protoss because, as a Protoss player, I'm actually sick of PvP, as most people are. And yes, it is a PvP. Both players throwing down their pylons. Seems like Thunder Spy is going to go with one close to his Nexus, and Morph is actually going to go with one near his ramp. He could be opting to wall off. We'll have to see as he goes on, but it doesn't seem as if both players play this map very often, as they are scouting their close ground position, and it is impossible to spawn there. So yeah, very, very odd. Meanwhile, both players are chrono boosting out their Nexus, trying to get out more probes to hit the 12 supply mark, where the gateway will be thrown down, usually by both players. And it seems like Morph is going to send his probe out now to his wall, and it seems like he's going to be opting for a wall off now. Meanwhile, Thunder Spy a bit late on his gateway, but he's building it right next to his Nexus now. So Thunder Spy, well, he's not going to be able to see his tech until he gets pretty far into his base, which could leave Morph questioning if he's doing some sort of proxy play for several seconds. Both players now are securing their gas, or saying that Morph is securing his gas. It seems like Thunder Spy is getting a second pylon before his assimilator.
That's right. And now let's go ahead and talk about these stats here. We do have them pulled up. You guys may not be able to see them, but we'll talk about them. And Thunder Spy coming from, hailing from the Netherlands, sitting at, EU rank of 3,400 in the Masters League, rank rank 63 in his division anyway. And more coming from Germany. Over here as the yellow Protoss anyway. Coming from Germany, as he lays down that cybernetics core, he is 3,500 in the EU rank ladder, as well as Diamond, rank number 20 in his division. Just wanted to give a little bit of background on these two players and their abilities here.
Yeah, very, very useful to know. So Morph being a Diamond player, seems like he has got his basic opener nailed down. But I think Thunder Spy is a bit shaky on his Protoss versus Protoss. He is going double gas. He's not going to be able to get out a Stalker as quickly as his opponent, Morph, for example. Even though his Zealot is a bit delayed, he is getting now his Stalker, and is chrono boosting out that Stalker and Gateway technology. Thunder Spy is still keeping that probe inside his base. He still wants to know what kind of build he's going for, checking if he is going to take this second gas, but he's got to be feeling confident now that he is not planning to do that. But this isn't actually looking to be a 4-gate from either player at this point. We do see Twilight Council and a Forge going down for Thunder Spy. So very, very strange play. Still on one gateway, so this will be very, very heavy tech. Maybe an expansion. Morph, on the other hand, has thrown down 2 gateways, so he will have a total of 3 gateways now.